Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, RodthePlanter. I'm sitting here with my brother Skyler, man.
What's up, guys?
He's one of the founding members of MADE Urban Apparel. He's been building that thing with the ground up, him and his homies, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about how he's self-made, how he got himself all the way from Kansas City here to Denver and is building this awesome brand. So, hey, appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us.
No problem,
Skyler,
man.
dude.
Thanks for having me.
So tell him, I told him a little bit about you, but go ahead, tell him a little bit about yourself. And
like you said, my name is Skyler Jackson. I'm one of the original guys from MADE Urban Apparel. So we started MADE Urban Apparel back in 2013. It was actually three founders who were working at Sprint and wanted more for their life, and came together with not even knowing each other after a month, and then added myself and Jesse and Lance, and it was us six for a while, and now we have a team of 12 to 13, and that's our family. I mean, it's when you we kind of go by Made Mob as well, because once you are part of the family, you're part of the mob, and so every single person in Made is one of my family members. I do anything for them. They've made me the man I am today, and that's another thing about working with your best friends is, they're gonna hold you accountable. If you don't have homies around you that are gonna say when you're wrong and that you probably shouldn't do that, then they're not really your homies. So. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's taken us from Kansas City. We did a pop-up in Australia. Now we're in Denver. We really want to take a different approach than other brands. Everyone has the hype of the East Coast and West Coast, and everybody kind of talks down on the Midwest. So we're going to really change that and kind of have something that the people from the Midwest can really rep, and that will also do well on the coast as well. So
that's really sick, man. So what kind of apparel and stuff do you guys do? Like, what's y'all's big what do you do? Hats, shirts, or do
so we're an urban streetwear, so we we like to make it all. And this year we have a lot of big things coming, and we're very excited. So.
Yeah, that's so dope, man. This is the self-made series, of course, so we like to talk about philosophy. It's really a show for entrepreneurs who are trying to build something, and it's challenging, of course.
Sure.
Like we're always running challenges, and I think that one of the biggest things that determines people's success is their mindset.
100%.
Like 1,000%.
100%.
Yeah. It's not even about the logistics of what you're doing, what you have.
Yeah.
It's just like what kind of mindset do you have. So as you've been starting to build this brand, and then coming from Kansas City, one of the things I really like to talk about is how did you manage that fear, bro? You weren't worried man, what if I give up my whole life for this thing and it doesn't work out, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, and at the end of the day, so the thing that's great is our team. We are able to have one of the best team that I've ever been a part of, because when it comes to that, it's not just somebody's decision. It's everybody, comes together and we agree on it, and then we push it hard. It's not just one person having to do everything.
Yeah.
We have our individual things that we do, and we really come together well as a team. I mean, a lot of us have been working together for years.
Yeah.
So
that trust.
We're a family, and it's like you said, it's a mindset. If you don't think you're gonna do it, you're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you have the mindset to have, be as positive as you can in every aspect, don't get me wrong, you're gonna fail. You have to fail. You got to take an L to win.
Right.
So you have to understand it's not necessarily it's a loss. It's always a lesson. Because you can.
Agreed.
I always tell people that you have to take the stairs before you can get to the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, the elevator is not on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to work your ass off for however long and go up the stairs, and then eventually you can get on the elevator and it'll become a little bit easier. You can skip a couple steps.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can never be afraid to go back to that grind of day one, of handing out flyers and really talking to every single person you can about it, because if you're not, you're only hurting yourself and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So
that's where I'm at too, bro. That's how I deal with my fear and stuff, is I just always tell myself no matter how afraid I am, I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna quit. So this is just what I do. I tell people all the time, I don't hype it up into this big thing. This is what I do for fun. I love,
yeah,
and then so any fear of coming out of the only fear I have is doing something I don't love. So
exactly.
As long as
I think that was a great point when it comes to fear. back to, kind of that question is, was there things that were scared? And, for sure. I mean, that fear is what gets you to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what people get afraid of, and then that's where either people become content and they stay where they are, or they go to the next level. Because I've learned, 2017, I learned that the best thing for you is literally running straight at your fear. Like if you could have a person, or if you could turn your fear into a person and it was standing right in front of you, you got to take them on. I mean, at the end of the day, it's either you're going to stay here or you're going to go through your fear and you're going to get to the next level. And don't get me wrong, it is scary as shit sometimes. It's scary. It's not fun. But, it's fun, though, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're afraid of something and then you challenge it and you succeed for yourself or with your friends. And that's the big, that's the best reward, because the process is the thing that I realize is the most beautiful thing. Everybody wants to get to the top in this end goal. But if you don't appreciate every step of the way, that's what builds you to be the person that you are when you're at the top.
When you get there.
Exactly. So it's not necessarily like, there's not going to be a day where you're like, this is it. You know what I mean? It's more of like, you just have to, it's the journey, man. And you have to embrace it and love it and understand that not everything's going to go the way that you want it to. That's the thing in MADE, and anybody that's in MADE can attest for this. Something will always go wrong. So understand that and just roll with it.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I'm so glad you brought that up, too, because it's really going to lead well into my next question about, we were talking a little bit earlier about, like, positivity as, like, a mindset and really just, like, how so many people overlook this idea of choosing to be happy and how important that is. Because, like, same I can attest to building my own business, and same with you, is, like, challenges never stop. Like, that's always going to be a part of it.
That's life.
And so I think you really have to choose how to be happy. Like, how do you go about that? Like, what do you think about positivity and just, like, having a positive mindset?
I mean, when it comes to I really learned a lot of this from my mom. I mean, she's very spiritual and taught me about energies and, and I truly believe in that. Put it this way, I've never woken up and be like, I'm going to be negative today, and then super cool shit happened. Like, I've never understood, I've always challenged people, like, make somebody's day today. How can you, because when you do good for other people, you feel that. You know what I mean? Like, I believe in karma, and I think that every time I've done, a good deed out of my way, because I believe that, like, life and God or, whatever, or whoever, what you believe in, that's awesome. But I think that there's an external power that does give you signs every day. Like, for instance, I was just sitting at a stoplight today, and I was very humbled because, I was on the way to meet you guys, and we have a very cool day today. And I saw a guy across the river that was, homeless and was sleeping on the snow. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what are we doing as humans if every other human is not doing well? Like, what are we really doing? Because for me, I would rather other people do well too than, me sit on top of, you know what I'm saying? And I think that nowadays too, that like with social media, there's so many outlets that people have so much power and they don't utilize it.
Agreed.
Because
that's why the show started on.
Yeah, they have the opportunity to transfer that energy. Like, hey, let's make this cool. Nowadays, I feel like the wrong things are cool, and the only way that we can change that is literally by our actions. And it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy to always be the bigger person. It's not easier to always do the right thing. But
it pays off though.
It pays off because
and like you said, not even just on like a moral like level of like I'm a good person because I did. No, but it like pays off on like on an energy type level where things seem to flow more easily towards you if you're always flowing things out. You know.
One thing this is one of my biggest pet peeves nowadays is how doing good deeds has become looked at in a sense of, I think that no one should ever be shamed for doing a good deed.
You
know what I mean?
For whatever
reason they're doing it.
I agree.
At the end of the day, if you're doing a good deed, like that should be looked at as a good deed. You know what I mean? So, shout out to anybody that's trying to do good shit out there. It is all about the energy that you put out, and especially a lot of people think that they can't cut off bad energy that's in their life. Like I had a corporate job and I didn't like it and I quit. Literally got up one day and was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And everyone was like, what are you going to do? How are you going to pay your bills? What about insurance? All this. And I'm like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out because at the end of the day, like we were talking earlier, I just want to be happy when I grow up. Like, when I'm 50 years old, I want to look back at my life and be happy with what I did. Yeah. Not like, I hate my job. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm rich, but I hate going to work.
Exactly. I have no friends. I have no real love. Like, I don't, up inside me. And so, I mean, I never looked back, and it's just, I don't know. MADE in every way has changed my life and made me become from a boy to a man, because all of my friends that, some that are older, some that are younger, it's taught me so much. So, cool. I'm very blessed, and we get to do cool shit like this.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey guys, it's MADE Urban Apparel. If you're self-made out there, if you grind gang, we're fucking with MADE, so y'all definitely gotta go check them out, man. What's next for you guys, man? What are you feeling? What are you believing in? Like, what are you trying to manifest?
So, we're trying to manifest that this year, we're gonna, we're spreading to the Midwest. Denver's our first city, and I think that I'm already feeling the good vibes in Denver, good people, and I'm very excited. So.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you for having us, man.
For real, man. Hey, MADE Urban Apparel, go check them out. I love you, Grind Gang. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is my boy Skyler. We out.
We out. Remember that hard work and consistency will get you anywhere. And just don't matter if you love that shit, do it. Just do it. It doesn't matter what. Even if your parents don't believe or don't get it at first, if you got that feeling, just keep doing it. So.